Hello again, Honky Tonks. It's another night walk. I haven't done one of these for a while, so if somebody does jump out at me, they're either insane or they have a death wish. The local elections, been and gone. This isn't a video about that, it's about this, the Veterans ID card. I do look like Bluto there, look, or Captain Haddock. It's true. Now, people turned up at voting booths to cast their vote and they were turned away because they had this on them and this wasn't deemed an acceptable form of ID. It does say at the back, this card will not allow you to enter or access defence establishments, which is fair enough. You've left, you're gone, you know, you can't just turn up at a barracks unannounced and expect to walk in, oh, remember me, I left in 2005. No one will remember you. But unlike some veterans, I will get a warm welcome. Some veterans are banned from their own barracks because they're assholes. Anyway, so people turned up expecting to vote and they were turned away and they were quite miffed. And I half don't blame them and I half do. You see, I was going to vote. The situation here was they wanted the new police commissioner. So I was going to vote and I was going to turn up and just write in the ballot, what a waste of bloody money. Once a police commissioner. It's another American concept, the same as mayor. A mayor is now just somebody they give a heap of responsibility to, either blame everything for, or they take the piss. And they treat that city like their own personal fief, like Sadiq Khan does. Which is ridiculous. We have elected members in boroughs and that's all we need. We've got MPs, we don't need a mayor, we don't need a police commissioner. I remember years ago when it first started, this police commissioner bollocks, and one person was, I think she was really young, like just out of school, and she was elected police commissioner. Somebody spotted this and said, yeah, enough of this, and they got rid of her, and rightly so. But saying that, a Labour candidate for local council has been elected and she's 18. So she's got this prestigious position with heaps of responsibility and she's only 18, making decisions for taxpayers, etc., council tax, I think, and barely out of school, no life experience whatsoever. I mean, Jesus. Is this what we won World War II for? The West has turned to shit, hasn't it? It really has. But there we go. I'm not saying the Nazis should have won. I'm not saying that at all. But shouldn't things have turned better for us? Don't you think? Anyway, back to the veteran IDs. Now, I half blame the veterans who turned up for not doing their homework. I did. I know you needed ID to go and vote now, and rightly so, because the lefties have posted on social media ways to cheat the system. Vote multiple times, find loopholes in order to get their candidates into power or political positions. And that is clearly election interference, isn't it, really? So this really has to be countered. Same with postal votes, you can cheat like that. And they will. They have said they will cheat and they are getting away with it. They really are. So I'm all for voter ID. So I checked for acceptable forms of voter ID. And this wasn't one of them. And I knew this. So why the hell didn't these veterans do their research and use their noggins rather than turn up to be turned away? I put the other half of the blame on Boris Johnson, the guy who came up with voter ID, and the bloody idiot turned up the other day to vote and he forgot his ID, didn't he? And they rightly turned him away. Too right. I know Boris Johnson is unique in the way he looks, he's very famous, he's a former British Prime Minister, but still, if you come up with voter ID, then practice it, for heaven's sake. Even applauded them for doing their job. What an idiot he is. He really is a prize pumpkin, isn't he? A proper pilchard. But really, it's brought up the fact that these should be acceptable forms of ID. To apply for these takes 5 minutes, but still, it's a pain in the arse, 5 minutes, but it's worth it because you get this and you get free stuff. But to get it, you had to have served You had to have an army number, among other things. And so, you know, if you served and you bothered to apply for one of these, it should be an acceptable form of ID. So it's highlighted that. But it's also highlighted that some people are bloody stupid in not doing their homework. Driving license, passport, blue badge holders, weirdly. Take your blue badge in, that's an acceptable form of ID. I didn't know they had addresses on it, do they? Even an MOD 90, which is a Armed Forces personnel's ID card. I know in the army we used to have to, in my day, I feel old now, carry it 24/7, and rightly so. If you didn't have it on you and a senior rank asked to see it, then you got bounced around camp for not having it. Because if you lost it, people could steal it and manipulate it, and next thing you know, they're getting access to camps. That'll get you access into camps, and it looks like that, weirdly. Yeah, but there we go. So yeah, veterans should have done their homework, and B, this should be ID anyway. So I'm glad it's highlighted it, and Johnny Mercer is going to bring it up. So this is now, or this will be, in the not too distant future, an acceptable form of ID, because you've earned it, you've served your country, you've applied for it, so it should be so, in my opinion. And that's my video. I hope you like. Please comment, share, subscribe, all that lovely stuff, and until the next time, I'm Past 49 and Roger Trout.